We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
we answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show. Entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today, Jill and I talk about stories of great land brokers. Jill and I were talking a couple days ago about the deals that we're doing, like we always do, and she's telling me these stories about all these great brokers that she's finding.
Well, wait a minute. Because of not great brokers, the great ones stand out. Let's be clear here.
So we bash, real estate agents all the time on the show with it's a kind of a hobby of mine.
Yes.
But this show is not about that. This show is about good ones, because there are a lot of good ones out there.
Okay.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And I hope by now you know, Jill and I personally instruct a handful of new and existing Land Academy members in a live class, live on Zoom, called Career Path. It's 10 weeks. And if this is your career or you want it to be, check it out. Call us or email us, I should say, at support@landacademy.com and see if it's for you.
Aston wrote, "Hi, I have an interested seller from my first mailer, which is an infill lot. The guy inherited it from his mom, who also left her home and another property to him, his sister, and his brother, who is in prison." Does anyone have any experience trying to get signatures from someone in prison? I've not had that one. If the numbers make sense, is this something that I should pursue or a lost cause? Thoughts? Well, I wouldn't drop it yet.
No, it's not a lost cause at all. In fact, I'm sure this is a benefit to you.
Yeah.
People in prison sign stuff all the time.
I'm sure there's a way that you can request the documents. They probably have a notary on staff.
Absolutely. Plus, people in prisons have lawyers. So
true.
It's not. I don't have any personal experience with this. This is quite the topic in Discord. Everybody kind of just said the same thing I just said. People sign documents all the time.
I bet in the most people. I bet if you're in prison, let's just say it, and you might have some legal things that need to get taken care of while you're in prison, you probably have an attorney or somebody already lined up, and you probably already have a power of attorney to that person, and then they can do all that stuff for you. So it's probably in place. But I have not had to do that yet. nor do I plan to learn about it from the other side.
Today's topic, stories of great land brokers. This is the meat of the show.
Okay, so this started because you walked in my office the other day, and I said, check out this conversation with Jan and I that's happening inside of Airtable.
Who's Jan?
Jan is my transaction coordinator. So this is really how we communicate. We don't even communicate as much like via Skype or Teams or chatting like that or texting. Pretty much all of our communication, and not even email, it's in Airtable. Airtable is it's like Excel on steroids. It's a great place to keep track of all your transactions, how we move our properties through the system. Everything that we do, the properties come in, it goes into our Airtable base, and it gets assigned to a person, and then there's a task. It might be, get with the seller, get with the buyer, get with the escrow agent, and then all the information's in there. So, but the point is, even our little chat, we have a kind of a master communication area. Everything's like fields, like prices and things like that. But there's one area that we keep all our little chats and things like, hey, so-and-so suggested we, lower the price, or hey, I think we can close early. Would you be available? That kind of a thing. It all happens in there. And then you just kind of at the person and it tags them and I get notification. So we were having a little chat in there, and I said, wow, what a difference a good broker makes. And she said, right. So here's the story, and this is where this is all coming from. We have this property that it was a deal funded property, and it's been over 6 months with this agent who I'm like, what's going on? We all thought it was going to be great. And this agent's not exactly dropping the ball that we could tell, right? they were saying, oh man, it's just not going how I thought it would, and I think we should drop the price. And they had a couple offers that I'm like, okay, fine. I even said, like, the last one, I said, fine, I'll take it. Let's just get this off our plates, kind of thing. And then it fell through. And we're like, shoot. So our 6 months came up. And the manager said, what do you want to do? I said, you know what? I'm happy to stay with you if you're happy to stay with me. Let's keep working this. Let's find somebody else. And they said, okay. So they came up with another person who happened to be like a whitetail property person, I think it is. And I'm like, do it. So within 1 week, here we have full price, cash offer. Actually, not cash offer, but they already have, well, it's going to be cash in the end.
Cash to us.
Cash to us. But full price offer. When the other guy, by the way, we were going to discount it. We're selling it for $51,000. I was going to take $41,000 for it, and now, and this agent said, no, let's keep your $51,000. I think we make this work. And then right away, here he comes. He's already got a buyer, and he sent all the paperwork the other day, and even showing proof of funding has been with the bank. It was a letter from the bank saying you've qualified. Here's your acceptance for the funding for this property, so on. Here's where we're going to close. And I'm like, what a difference. And you know what, I was thinking about it. It's two parts. Found the right agent, and this right agent I looked at the paperwork, and this right agent is double ending it, right? So they're representing me as a seller, and they're representing the buyer. So what does that tell me? They already had a buyer in place. They have a good buyers list. Yep. All this person, because it's been that fast too. They locked in our property, and the next week, within that week, they were emailing it out to their prospective buyers, all the people they've already worked with.
They have a system.
And there they go. And how great is that for that person, my broker, because he doesn't have to split his commission. I'm thrilled.
And he doesn't have to deal with his client, who is Jill, on one side for very long.
Right, everybody's happy.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
There's two types of real estate agents out there. There are people this is the vast majority of real estate agents or brokers, who get a listing, just like get a listing from Jill, and they post it in the MLS, and they wait. Mm-hmm. That's 95% of the real estate agents out there. I don't know why this is. I think it's from lack of education. I think that's the way it's always been. Mm-hmm. And they rely on the MLS and other real estate agents that have somebody in the area who is a buyer. And then they'll rely on that to do the deal while they go and get another listing.
I agree.
That's what's taught. And there's this very popular group called Sweat Hogs that a lot of real successful agents go through after they get their license. It's like a 2 or 3 week program.
It's just get the listing, get the listing,
get it in the MLS, get the listing. Yeah.
Get the listing and move on.
That does not help us. We are land investors. The other 5%, and I know this because I was part of that 5% in the very early days of my career, actually go build a database of buyers for a certain type of asset in a certain location. And then once they get the listing, go and sell it.
Yeah.
There are assets that you can list and they sell overnight, and there are assets that need to be sold. We sell specialized property. Mm-hmm. We all do. We buy specialized property. It's land. It's vacant land. And it needs to be sold, not just listed. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you a real quick story, because we actually do have the time here on this episode. I started out in commercial real estate, and my supervisor, this is before computers, my supervisor literally stood over me, slammed a phone book down on my desk, and said, good luck. I'm sure you're not going to make it. This is in commercial real estate, full commission. This is many, many, many years ago in the real early 90s. And I spent a few months failing at that, as just about anyone. Well, you might not, because Jill gets people on the phone, they're going to buy anything. And I failed at it, so I said, there's got to be a better way. So this is what I did. I specialized in healthcare facilities, long-term care facilities, and I got a database. Went to the public library. It was actually a library back then. They had libraries in hospitals. So I went to the hospital library, checked out the book. It was a phone book size book, and manually input the owners of 19,000 long-term care facilities nationwide, and proceeded to contact them. Now, right about at the same time, computers were kicking in. I got an email address. Everybody got an email address for the first time, or most people did. And so I started contacting these people to see if they wanted to buy more facilities, and they all did. And so it was real easy for me to call a mom and pop owned facility and say, hey, mom and pop, I know some people that would really love to take a look at your facility as an acquisition candidate. What do you say we list it? And I'll call everybody in the entire state who owns a building. And it always worked. If the asset itself was awful and it was priced wrong, we wouldn't do a deal. But if the asset was okay, it was performing financially, and I got to learn the business over time, one of those people that owned a facility in the same state or nearby, they bought the building. I made a ton of money doing this on my own. So this is the type of broker that I'm not bragging here. I'm trying to help everybody. I'm not bragging. Does it sound like I am?
No, I'm very proud. I'm just having a little moment. I'm proud of you.
Are you really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were being all satirical. Like, no, good for you. Good for you, idiot.
No.
This is the kind of broker
you
want to hire.
It.
So the person that you want to hire to sell your piece of land is exactly what Jill described and somewhat what I described, where they have a list of people that they've done deals with recently. There are people who collect real estate. Let's say it's Central Indiana. I don't know where. That have a lot of other land. It's too easy to find out who owns everything and give them a call and say, hey, I got this other piece of, I noticed you own 50 pieces of property in this county. This is another property that I just got.
It looks exactly like your type.
And it's cheap. It's cheaper than it probably should be. Mm-hmm. So, and that's how you sell property. Mm-hmm. You don't sell it by posting it on the internet
and walking away
and waiting. And then after 6 months, wondering why it's not selling. And then calling your client.
Oh, so we should drop the price.
We should drop the price. There's something wrong with you.
Yes.
That's what they all think.
It's not me, it's you.
Yep. Jill and I have sold primary residences over the years, and it cracks me up when a real estate agent walks through the house and says, oh, you need to change this. This bathroom's got to go. If you want to sell this house, you got to, no, you need to do something, not me.
Exactly. It's not me, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you change your hairstyle and talk a little, talk a little nicer.
Oh boy, we should cut this off now. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show is called Land Investors on Discord have a new newbie section, and it gives you how it actually can give you confidence. Wow, that's the greatest title ever. The Land Investors Discord newbie channel gives you confidence. You are not alone.
You're making fun of me or you or I don't know.
Making fun of myself.
Okay, got it.
Whoever writes these titles
I don't know.
Needs some questions.
Yeah.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. No, tomorrow we're going to talk about, there's a newbie section in our Discord channel for all Land Academy members. And I call it the safe space, because what we realized after, it's been there for quite some time.
Safe space.
Yeah. Like, we've all been part of a group where it's like, wow, this is intimidating. These people know everything. I'm not going to ask any questions.
That's where you ask the new, I understand.
What's a deed?
What does this mean?
What's a deed? What's the difference between land and an ocean? Stuff like that.
That's so funny. What does a purchase agreement look like?
Yeah, what is a purchase agreement?
There we go. Exactly. Hey, thank you for tuning in. By the way, just so you know, wait, when is this airing? This is airing next week. I'm just going to drop a little nugget here so people know. If you are not a Land Academy member and you would like to be a Land Academy member, hold on, because something's coming up for the holiday weekend. Just going to say it at that. And how are you going to get notified? Make sure you're on our email list. And how do you get on our email list? Thank you. You get our ebook. So go to landacademy.com and on the top, find the ebook. Just click on the ebook. And then you're going to want to read that anyway to see if this is even interesting to you.
It's up to you.
Well, there we go.
I wrote it, so you may or may not want to read it.
But anyway, that will get you on our email list, and then you'll get notified of the great thing that's coming at the end of the month for the holiday. We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.